The 2017 Nissan Frontier. Believe it or not, this exact truck has been on the market since 2004, but what I wanted to know is whether or not this is still competitive today. I'm Jay and welcome to CarBuzz Unboxing Reviews, and yes, this is the 2017 Nissan Frontier. Since 2004 has this second generation Frontier been on sale, and why is Nissan still sticking with such an old truck, and which literally makes it a dinosaur in today's automotive industry? Well, it's because Nissan really didn't know whether or not to update its mid-size pickup truck for the US market or not, but we do know that Nissan is in the process of redesigning and coming out with an all-new third-generation Frontier, and chances are it's going to be based on the Nissan Navara, which it's actually sold overseas in many other markets, and it's a really good pickup truck, but there's something I still like about this Frontier. It's the fact that it's old school. It's sort of like the last of its kind in many ways, but let's start up this engine before I go any further. Alright, that was the 4-liter V6 engine with a total of 261 horsepower at 5,600 RPM and 281 pound-feet of torque at 4,000 RPM. And in this case, the power goes to all four wheels through a 5-speed automatic transmission. Yes, a 5-speed automatic. It is ancient. For an example, I know it's a completely different type of car, but in the all-new updated Ford Mustang, it now has a 10-speed automatic transmission. But in this case of the Frontier, the 5-speed automatic costs an extra $1,050. The standard transmission is a 6-speed manual, which honestly, that would be my personal choice. So this particular truck is the Pro 4X Crew Cab. Now, there are a few different trims of the Frontier: the S, the SV, the Pro 4X that you see here, the Desert Runner, and the top-of-the-line SL. But I would personally go for the Pro 4X because it has all these kind of cool extra features that make it really good for off-roading if that's what you need it for. Now, this particular one is painted what Nissan calls Cayenne Red. It's got 16-inch 6-spoke aluminum alloy wheels and all-terrain tires. It's got a satin chrome grille, full-size spare, underbody skid plates, automatic on-off headlights, fog lights, roof rack with crossbars, 4 adjustable tie-down cleats, front tow hooks, splash guards, and body color front and rear bumpers. There's even a power sliding glass moonroof too, but that's part of a different package I'll tell you about in just a moment. But the overall exterior design, yeah, I like it. It is older, but I think it's aged pretty well. The Frontier, it still really sort of looks like the old Nissan Armada with those kind of aggressive arches over the wheels. But the design, it still works for a lot of people. But as you can tell with this, look at all the space that the glass gives you. There is really solid visibility from the driver's seat, whether you're looking at front or the rear, and I think that's a huge plus, and it's something I think was sort of a negative when I checked out the most recent Toyota Tacoma, which is one of this truck's most direct competitors. Now, in terms of off-roading abilities, this has the Bilstein off-road high-pressure shocks, skid plates, hill descent control, and hill start assist, which actually you can only get in automatic transmission-equipped models only. It's got a Dana 44 rear axle, switch-operated 2-speed transfer case, and an electronic locking rear differential. So yeah, this is just a pure mid-size pickup truck. And this is what a lot of people still want. Because for me personally, I think something full-size like the Ford F-150, even if it's its smallest configuration, is still too big for me. So here it is, the 4-liter V6, like I said, 261 horsepower and 281 pound-feet of torque. Now, this is the optional engine. The base engine is a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder with 152 horsepower and 171 pound-feet of torque. But the V6 doesn't cost all that much more, and I would personally go for it. I like having just a nice solid 4-liter V6. You're not seeing too many 4-liter V6s anymore. Again, another sign of this truck's age. You want to see more of this truck's age? Check out this interior. Now, this is actually a very well-equipped model. It's got graphite leather, obviously seating for 5 because this is the crew cab, heated front seats, leather-wrapped steering wheel and shift knob. You have that Pro 4X stitched into the front seat backs there. Even the steering wheel, if you're familiar with older Nissans, that is the old steering wheel design that Nissan had, and they still have it here. And so, like I said, this is the Pro 4X luxury package with that costs an extra $2,100. You get leather seats, as I mentioned, 4-way power front passenger seat, power sliding glass moonroof, rear fold-down center armrest, 8-way power driver's seat, heated outside mirrors, that roof rack with the crossbars, and for an extra $145, you get floor mats. Rear seat space. Like I said, this is the crew cab. You can get up to 5 passengers in here. So if you want the most amount of rear seat space, go for the crew cab. The basic body style is the king cab, but crew cab, more spacious. But you also have a smaller rear bed, so what can you do? And also, obviously, you can get this configured in either 4x2 or 4x4 drive systems. And 4x4 obviously costs a little bit more, but for me, that's what I would want a pickup truck for the ability to go off-roading. And the overall interior design, it's not bad. I mean, there were several places where the overall quality was not so great, specifically cheaper plastics. This was an issue I think older Nissans in particular had, and the automaker has fixed it since then. But like I said, because this is old, you're still seeing some traces of cheapness. And I don't think that matters all that much for every single truck buyer. If they just want something that's supposedly reliable, I know there have been some issues with older Nissans in terms of reliability, but they just want a pickup truck that's not too big and that can, more importantly, fit in their garages. This could be the truck for you. Now, in terms of fuel economy here, again, it's not that great. It's a 4-liter V6. You get 15 miles per gallon in the city, 21 on the highway, and a combined 17. This truck weighs just over 4,500 pounds. And like I said, from the driver's seat, the visibility is really good here. I did not like it in the Tacoma. I thought it was one of the Tacoma's drawbacks. Okay, so this is the 5.8-inch infotainment color touchscreen. It features the Nissan Connect system and navigation and voice recognition. It's an okay system. There are better infotainment systems out there, clearly, but I think this does the job effectively in the case of the Frontier. The 5.8-inch screen is a bit small, but because this dashboard design is, well, essentially dates back to 2004, Nissan only had so much room to update this vehicle with a touch screen like this. So 5.8 inches is going to have to do. Now, this one also came with a Rockford Fosgate premium audio system with 10 speakers and a subwoofer. This one also has dual-zone automatic climate control. So that's kind of nice to have, and that's sometimes not always available in more basic trucks. It is an option here, and I was glad to have it. There's also two 12-volt DB power outlets, front map lights, and a total of 4 cup holders if that's important to you. And in terms of connectivity, you have a USB port, Sirius XM radio, Bluetooth, Siri Eyes Free, a lot of modern tech that they're able to the package up in here. I kind of like this glove box design, how you have the double glove box. Again, it's just additional storage that's available for you here. And it also sort of makes up for the fact that this center console storage is kind of small. But the overall controls, yeah, everything worked as it should. And that's, I think, one of this truck's, the Frontier's, best traits. It does everything that it's supposed to do very well. Is it luxurious as, say, the new Chevrolet Colorado or the GMC Canyon? No. But I've seen all these trucks in person, and I think even at times the Canyon in Colorado might be a bit too big for some people. And I've seen also the new Tacoma, and that can get kind of big as well. But going back to this Frontier, it just might be the ideal truck for a lot of people. So if it's not on your shopping list and you're in the market for a midsize truck, which is a segment that is quickly coming back anyway, I encourage you to check this out. There will be, like I said, a third generation Frontier coming, but it will definitely grow in size. Now, in terms of safety, this has the obviously driver and front passenger side impact and curtain airbags, front seat active head restraints, four-wheel ABS brakes, electronic brake force distribution, vehicle dynamic control, and a tire pressure monitoring system. So how does it drive? Well, simply like a pickup truck. It's not a particularly smooth ride, and you do feel most road bumps, but that's not really a bad thing because the Frontier, it is what it is. It's just an honest, small to mid-sized pickup truck. And you don't see something quite at this size anymore. Because as I mentioned, the GM trucks have grown in size too, and they're still considered mid-size. And I don't think that's going to work for just everybody. And speaking of that, what is the competition in general? Well, like I said, Chevrolet Colorado, GMC Canyon, Toyota Tacoma, and I would even toss in the Honda Ridgeline. Now, Carbos recently did a reality review of the brand new Ridgeline, and well, I encourage you to check that out because there's a lot of creative uses that you can take advantage of with that truck's features. See the rear seat space here? It's not huge, but I think it's sufficient enough. I can repair a cup holders as well. That's always good. Now, in terms of towing, because if you're buying a pickup truck, that's probably going to be one of the things on your shopping list requirements. This has a maximum towing capacity, at least for the V6 4x4, of 6,290 pounds and a payload capacity of 1,030 pounds. Now, this is nice. This is you get the spray-on bed liner here that's done in the factory. I like having that. Now, this also has something called the Utilitrack channel system. That's something that's also installed at the factory by Nissan. It utilizes a set of channels and cleats that can slide, move, and tighten down, giving endless possibilities. And you can anchor in cargo with multiple hooks or even tie it down. And you just stow your cargo your own way. And the truck bed length is 59.5 inches. So not huge, right around 5 feet or so, but it might work just fine for a lot of people. So pricing, well, the Nissan Frontier, this is what I like here. It has a base price for the 4-cylinder 4x2 model of $18,390. That's also a great work truck, FYI. Now, with all the features and packages, plus the $900 destination fee, our Nissan Frontier Pro 4X Crew Cab costs $36,525. A little expensive, but it's right in line with the competition that I mentioned. And those competitors, for example, such as the GMC Canyon, when you go for the Denali trim of that, can go up to almost $45,000. So what do I like here? Well, as I just mentioned, that affordable base price. It's also a no-nonsense, small to mid-sized pickup truck that could just fit the bill for lots of people. It's got a spacious interior, relatively so, with great visibility. And I just think it's a great value overall. Now, what don't I like? Well, it is old, and it's very much showing its age, and I think you should research the reliability records of the Frontier before you make any final decisions. Nissan's previous reliability records were a little spotty, but the automaker has improved in recent years. But the Nissan Frontier, this is for those who, well, they don't want a Ford F-150, they don't want a Chevrolet Silverado or Ram 1500, Nissan Titan even, which is this truck's big brother, or the Toyota Tundra, because they're just too big. They want something smaller and easier to park. But I'm out of time for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you have any more questions for me, just leave them in the comment section below, and I'll see you on my next unboxing review.